As an online fitness or health coach, should you run ads? That's the question. And so in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down whether you should even run ads or not, if you should, when you should, and exactly how you should get started in terms of running ads. This is the intro to paid ads. Oftentimes people overcomplicate things. They think, I don't want to spend my own money and burn cash and, waste money and mess everything up and have to go into the Facebook Ads Manager. And I understand it. I'll be honest, when I first opened the Facebook Ads Manager and I was trying to run ads for one of my clients, it was a mess. I was like, what is going on? I was so confused, right? And it's just like all these different metrics, statistics, you've got if the ad is performing well, if it's not performing well, it's very difficult, right? The thing is, it is difficult if you don't have the right introduction, if you don't have the right foundation, that base layer of knowledge to know exactly how to maneuver the Facebook ads platform. And so let's just get straight into it. I'm going to be dissecting exactly if you should start running ads in the first place and how you should get started. You can see right here, I've written down that if you run ads correctly, it is predictable acquisition. Again, if you run ads correctly, you'll get predictable acquisition. And it's simple. Organic content is a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong. It's free to create, except that you're spending time on it and maybe, you might hire someone to edit a video, right? But for the most part, organic content is free. And if you make good quality organic content, you will make money from it. Because one thing I will say is this, even though in this video I'm breaking down how to run ads, in other videos I teach how to leverage your YouTube and long form. In other videos I teach how to leverage LinkedIn, how to leverage Instagram, appointment setters. And you need to really understand this one key word: ecosystem. In 2025, it's not about the best mechanism, because one thing you need to know is that everything works. And this is not about online coaching. This is actually about life. Everything works. LinkedIn works, YouTube works, Instagram works, TikTok works, Facebook works. It's just about how you execute it, okay? So immediately eliminate that limiting belief of, is it because I'm not doing this right? Or, of course, knowledge is power, knowledge is king, knowledge is key, but the fact is every mechanism works, you just need to execute it the correct way. And so while we're going to be running ads, and I'm gonna show you in this video how to run ads, you need to understand that you need to have all of the other pieces of the puzzle, okay? These other pieces of the puzzle are gonna benefit you, and ads will just light it on fire. I'm gonna go into that analogy in a second. And so you can understand that organic content, for the most part, unless your ICP and your niche and your target audience and your content is really, really specified, it's kind of spray and pray. It's here and 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 here, right? And of course you are going to make money with organic content, but the beautiful thing about ads is you can do everything you do with organic content. However, it's number one, it's hyper niched, because the Facebook ads algorithm is extremely powerful. It's literally one of the best AIs in the world, and it targets your ICP so specifically if you know how to utilize it and leverage it the correct way. Like, you can target for age and location, and you can do retargeting ads, which literally allow you to target specific people who've watched a portion of your video, or who followed you, who've liked your post or commented you. You can target for income zip codes. One thing, and this is some kind of source, but one thing we do for a lot of our clients is that we do the top 10% income zip codes in the US, so that even if we're doing broad ads, we still get high quality leads who have some sort of money, You can target for a lot with Facebook ads, right? So number one, it's hyper niche. But number two, you can do it on scale. I will say this off the rip. You can make organic content on scale, but making organic content on scale and scaling with paid ads is a lot easier. Because you've probably seen there's a guy called Logan Forsyth. He's the guy who's responsible for scaling up Iman Gadzhi and Luke Belmar's social medias, where it's the same method that Andrew Tate used. You go on your Instagram and you'll see all these different fan pages, but realistically, they just blast like 10 posts a day on each different account, right? It's like clip curating, whatever you want to call it. And that's how you scale organic, right? But that is a difficult game to play. You have to have so many moving parts and so many people that you have to manage to actually ensure that is executed the correct way. But scaling ads is turning a lever, It's flicking a switch. Of course, it's not as easy as that, but realistically, scaling ads the best way. Using ads is the best way to scale your online coaching business, okay? We've understood the power of paid ads in comparison to organic content. Again, I always say you should use both. Now you need to understand if you should even be using ads in the first place. And I really want you to narrow down on this image. We have a bucket, but we have a bucket with holes. One thing Alex Hormozi says is that if you're not at $100,000 a month, it's simply because not enough people know who you are. You don't have enough traffic. Because again and again and again, I say this analogy, if you had 8 billion people in the world, which we do, and all of them saw your offer, how many people would buy into you? A lot of people would buy into you, even if it was 1%, which means not enough people know who you are. But this is the thing, people are gonna take that and go, okay, cool, I just need to post more content, I need to run more ads, I need to put more money in ads, I need to just get more traffic. But there's no point getting more traffic if you have holes in your bucket. There's no point trying to get more traffic if you have so many areas of deficit where you can optimize and convert the correct way. Because you guys know, followers don't equal cash. There are people I know, in fact, ex-clients who have millions of followers, but don't make any serious money. Because it's not the follower that matters, it's the quality, okay? And that's why ads is powerful, but we need to first focus on patching up these holes. So how can we patch up these holes? How do you know if you're ready? Do you have a good sales or setting team? A cohesive setting team that is producing 3 to 5 qualified booked calls per day? Do you have a good sales or setting team? Do you have a closer in place? Maybe you're not at the level yet where you're making enough money to have a closer. Do you have a good setting team that's producing you good quality calls? Is your offer proven? If your offer has not made $10,000 per month with organic, this is considering you have some sort of audience. If you have no followers, of course, you may have to run ads as well as posting content, right? But if your offer isn't proven, right, I usually say the indicator is 10K a month, then there's no point running ads, okay? Do you have a leveraged fulfillment system? Because the thing is, ads is like turning on a tap, okay? And if you turn on the tap and you only have one bucket, that bucket fills up, then what's gonna happen next? Do you have a fulfillment system that doesn't just rely on you? Because I'm telling you now, you think you want more clients, and then when you get 10 new clients, you're like, how the hell do I fulfill all these people? And you haven't built systems in place and delegated correctly, it's not good. And I teach you exactly how to delegate the correct way, build a leveraged fulfillment system in my free school. If you're an online fitness or health coach or an online coach in general, this is the best place you can possibly be to learn how to scale up your business in 2025. So take action on that. And so, do you have a leveraged fulfillment system? Do you have a good sales nurture process? I often say this all the time. Sometimes your sales isn't bad, you just tried to close them too early. What do I mean by that? I just mean that the lead wasn't nurtured enough. Do you have sales assets, a pre-call process? Do you have objection handling assets? Do you have any mediums where you can nurture them outside of just standard videos? Do you have maybe a podcast? Do you have VSLs? Do you have a school community? Do you have all these things, email, right? Do you have a good sales nurture process? And then finally, do you actually have good closing or closer skills? Because I'm telling you now, you think you want more calls, and then if you get more calls and your closing rate is the same 10%, 5%, what's the point? Burning money. Burning money. And it will hurt badly if it's your own money. You're just gonna burn cash. So ask yourself this deep question, like, do I genuinely have all of these things? And so if you genuinely have all these things, let's move on. We can kill this and you can make a lot of money by running some ads. But if you don't, take time to refine these things first. Implement these systems in the back end, and then we can move forward, okay? And so you can see here, right? You need to have all of these things dialed in because of the simple thesis, the simple analogy that running ads is like having a small fire. It's already burning, it's just, bubbling up, it's burning, and you pour oil over it. Instantly, we've got a furnace. We've got something going crazy. We're making a lot of money if you have everything dialed in. So you can see here all the things that I told that you should have dialed in. DM setter, dialer, you should have sales assets, pre-qualification stuff. You have YouTube, free school, email. You should have a show rate above 70% and you should have a close rate above 40%, especially if you're the face of the business. Imagine someone watches your content and you're the one closing them on the call. There's a rule I say, in fact, it's not a rule, it's a fact, and it's that there is no one who will ever close better than you, especially if you're the face of the business. So you have ultimate leverage. And so if you're not even closing at 40%, what the hell is the point of bringing in a closer, for example, or trying to run more ads and get more people into the pipeline when you can't even close your own audience for above 40%? Makes no sense, right? And then of course, you need to calculate your fulfillment capacity and ask yourself, if I had 10 new clients, could I fulfill them? Cool, I could. If I had 50 new clients, could I fulfill them? No, I couldn't. So even if you're not gonna hire a new coach or build new systems or implement new software, prepare to. Know that the second this occurs, this landmark, this milestone occurs, we're gonna implement these new systems, okay? Now, let's get into the good stuff. Let's get into running ads, okay? Automatically, if you're a fitness and health coach, the do's and don'ts, because I've had ad accounts banned. I've had ad accounts banned in the past. I've had my fair share of trials and tribulations to get to where I am now in terms of being able to scale my clients to reasonable numbers, 30, 40, 50K per month. And the fact is this, you don't want to do what I did and play trial and error, okay? You don't. You want to get expert guidance. And I'm telling you now automatically what you should and shouldn't do. Before and after pictures, you're not allowed to do them in the Facebook guidelines. Search it up, ask ChatGPT and it will tell you, especially for fitness, you're not allowed to do before and after pictures. I was oblivious to this. And I was like, oh, I've made a really good ad creative, made a crazy ad creative. This is gonna do incredibly well. and then you launch it for the first 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks, it survives, and then all of a sudden all the ad accounts just get banned, and that's not a game you want to play, okay? Genuinely, that's not a game you want to play at all. Be careful of bold claims. Now this is a gray area. You have to tread this light. Bold claims in certain niches is okay, especially in the make money online space. I see people make a lot of bold claims in their ads and they don't usually get flagged up and banned. But bold claims, especially in the weight loss, fitness space, I'll help you out, I guarantee you're gonna lose XYZ amount of weight, dangerous game to play, just don't bother, okay? Swear words, I'd avoid them. Smoking or drug use, I'd avoid this. And that sounds funny, like, oh, I'm a fitness coach, why would I have smoking or drug use inside your ad? It's funny, it's funny because with one of my clients, he's a hybrid fitness coach, okay? And so he helps desk working professionals get in shape. Great guy, Callum, shout out to Callum, right? And so because he helps desk working professionals, we had an analogy we wanted to make where it's like sitting at your desk all day is worse than smoking, because actually statistically it is to an extent. But we were going to show a video of him smoking, and then we were like, wait, that could get flagged, and we researched it and it would have got flagged. So thankfully we didn't do that. So that's a reason. Be careful with smoking or drug use, too much supplementation stuff, avoid that. And then of course excessive nudity, self-explanatory. Okay, and so now we can get into the actual ads themselves, and I'm gonna hop into the laptop in a second. Before I hop into the laptop, I'm gonna break down the types of ads I would suggest you run as a beginner, okay? Because I speak a lot about owning your audience. I speak about how in some way, shape or form, you need to have a database of people who you can instantly access. You need to have people's phone numbers and email. But off the rip, these funnels are a lot more difficult to do because, for example, running people to a VSL funnel or a free community funnel, like a school funnel or whatever else funnel, right? Once you own their email and own their phone number, you now have to go through the tribulations of dialing them, right? Getting a dialer in place, getting a CRM system in place, making sure the number's not banned, dialing them within 5, 10, 15 minutes. You have to do that. With emails, you have to handle all the email problems, deliverability, etc. You have to do a lot of these things, and it raises the operational complexity in your business. Of course, it will make you more money once you get it dialed in, but I want to keep your life simple. So I'm going to just suggest 2 types of ads you want to be running, a very, very simple funnel that will print you money, okay, and keep it very simple. And then in another video, in my next video, I'm going to break down how to run the free school funnel, which is a funnel that is doing exceptionally well for my clients. We have follower ads and we have retargeting ads. We always want to envision this when we're running ads. We want to envision our funnel. So we want to know that we have our top of funnel, and top of funnel, of course, we have our organic content. We have a lot of different top of funnel mechanisms, but we have cold ads. Cold ads. When I say cold ads, what I mean is ads that aren't to any sort of audience that knows you already. These are broad, that's what you want to call them, to a good extent, okay? And the broad ads I suggest starting off is very simple follower ads, because you could argue that to an extent you own your audience, nowhere near as much as if you have them on varying platforms and you have their name, email, phone number, but you're still building your audience, so follower ads. And then we have middle of funnel. This is where we want to mass educate and nurture, okay? And so with middle of funnel, this is where we have our retargeting ad, because we're going to retarget these people who came in on the cold into the DMs, okay? We're going to keep it very, very simple. Follower ads to DM ads, follower ads to DM ads, very simple, okay? So don't want to overcomplicate anything. And then of course we have the bottom of the funnel, which is when they actually, for example, book in a call. And this is where we nurture them even more with sales assets and other nurturing assets. And of course I speak about this in other videos, how to execute these the correct way. So this is how you want to see and envisage the funnel. We get people who don't know us, we drag them in, we make them our follower, and then we take these people who are now our followers. And of course there's many other ways other than just using the retargeting ads. We have our stories, we have our posts, etc. But we now use our retargeting ads to get them in the DM, okay? And so there's 2 types of follower ads, and these 2 are from the man himself, Brandon Forbes. Incredible guy, I absolutely love you, Brandon. Shout out to you. And the reason why I've used these formats is because this is the most simple format. Everyone thinks you need to overcomplicate it and think about the hook and the interest peak and the copywriting and the marketing and the analogies, and that's cool, that's great. As you write more ads, you are going to get better, but just keep it simple for now. Simple. That's the purpose of this video. Intro to ads is very simple, okay? Literally, you're gonna say in your script, are you a niche? Like, are you a builder who's trying to get in shape? Are you a pilot? Are you a whatever? And I've made a video specifically about how to craft the best niche possible, the highest quality niche. So literally join the free school down below and you'll get access to that video. It's a no-brainer. It's an amazing video, right? So if you haven't already done your niche, you should watch that video. But if not, if you've got your niche on lock, are you a XYZ struggling with pain points? Are you a pilot? Let's say, are you a pilot struggling with getting in shape while traveling, right? If so, give me a follow here on Instagram to see how I went from, and then show your transformation from X to Y. How I went from busy, out of shape pilot to a pilot who travels the world with a lean muscular physique. You get the drift. And where I show you how to achieve the same thing. So again, if you want to achieve XYZ, then give me a follow. If you want to get in shape, give me a follow. Look how simple this is, guys. We wrote it in less than 60 seconds, okay? So simple. You can write 5 different versions of these. They're so simple. But we also have a longer version, which is more qualification, essentially. This gives the Facebook algorithm more to work with in terms of the AI reading your copy, listening to the voice of your video, and finding the ICP. Are you a pilot struggling with XYZ pain points, trying to get in shape while traveling? And then we're going to speak more about the pain points. You're probably traveling all the time, you lack energy, and you lack the ability to work out consistently, okay? We've done that. If so, give me a follow here on Instagram to see how I went from X to Y and how I helped Bob, Jane, and Jim. Testimonial, testimonial, testimonial. And here you can even show them in great shape. Bob, Jane, Jin. Remember, we're not allowed before and after pictures, but we're allowed after pictures, or we're allowed before pictures, but we're not allowed before and after, okay? So again, if you want to see exactly how I did XYZ, how I got in shape, how I transformed the lives of the XYZ people with my unique mechanism, this is where our unique mechanism comes in, okay? And you guys know, I always speak about this, unique insights, unique mechanism, unique marketing angle. For example, one of my clients' unique mechanism is called the hybrid method. One is called the reformed protocol. One is called the serve and shred system. One is called the vitality blueprint. Do you guys get the drift now? Have a unique mechanism. And have a unique mechanism that sounds good. That sounds like it's on. That's good. Especially my client with the hybrid method, everyone was always like, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, you know? So this way you input your unique mechanism, then give me a follow here on Instagram and send me the word. And the good thing about getting them to send us the word as well as giving us the follow, it number one shows higher intent. So if someone just follows, for example, you know, okay, they just followed. They're interested, but not fully interested. If someone sends this keyword, they're definitely a higher intent customer, higher intent lead, right? And then of course that drives engagement on the ad and it shows that people are reacting to it, engaging to it. Powerful. So these are follower ads. And then we also have retargeting. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dive into the laptop. I'm going to show you key examples of my clients' follower ads and my clients' retargeting ads that I've done exceptionally well for us that you can literally emulate for yourself. And then on top of that, I'm going to show you how to actually run the campaigns in Facebook Ads Manager, because there are 2 ways you can run campaigns. You can boost them, so you can literally go on your phone, go on the post and boost them. But we know boosting them is not effective, or not as effective, because Apple take a cut of, you know, the amount of ad spend you put in, and just don't boost them, guys. Get acclimated to the Facebook Ad Manager, get comfortable with that now, rather than trying to say, let me do this easier version for now and then like later get, you know, used to it. And the final thing I would say is this. The beautiful thing about ads and organic is that they work hand in hand. If something performs well organically, 99% of the time, it's going to perform well via ads. So let's say we write these and we write 5 different variations and versions. We film them in different ways. You can film them very professional with like a really nice background and lighting and everything. You can film them in your climate. So like, look at this, right? We have like the professional way. It's always good also to film it in your climate. Like if you're a fitness coach, maybe filming it in the gym is good. Or maybe if you have pilots who are your clients, film it in an airport, right? You get it. Professional, in the climate, or you can film it very casual. William Brown speaks about this. He calls them clean and dirty ads, which I find so interesting. And it's like, you can have a really clean ad, fully scripted, really nice lighting, really nice environment, really good camera quality, etc. Or you can have an ad that like looked like you sent a video to your friend. Hey guys, I mean, if you're a pilot trying to get in shape, I mean, I'm in the airport right now and literally I helped Bob, Jamie and Jim both lose 20 pounds of fat and gained 40 pounds of muscle in less than 6 weeks. If this interests you, just follow my page. It's really simple. I need to jump on my plane now, but follow my page if you want to, you know, stop having low energy levels and you want to get in shape. And we did it really casually. It would be really effective if you were in that niche to just literally be in the airport, like walking. Because the funny thing is, human beings like the professional stuff. They like the stuff that looks good because it looks like you put effort in. It's like if you meet someone who's in shape, you instantly trust them more because if they take care of themselves, they're highly likely to take care of you. But at the same time, they also like resonance. They like things that are relatable. Like you got out of bed and then you just filmed it. It's really casual. Okay, so we can film them in those two types of ways if we're talking about actually filming the ads. So you don't have to think, oh, I have to get the production crew out. If you can't do that, just do it simply. We're gonna dive into the laptop now. And as we dive into the laptop first, we're gonna go over examples of follower ads and examples of retargeting ads, and then we're gonna show how to run them. Yes, guys, so we've dived into the laptop and I'm gonna show you three things, as I said. I'm gonna show you first the ad creators that we've used that have basically got us cost per leads of $2 to $3, like exponentially low, right? And the mechanism as to how we kind of formulated these ads in the first place. If you see over here, I'm gonna go from maybe like the first two, because we changed some strategies around. So if we're talking about follower ads specifically, you can see these are forming. You can see that we have organic, non-talking videos and then talking videos. And why is that? Because we actually know, as I said, ads and organic, they work hand in hand, right? So if they work hand in hand, the fact is this: we can look at organic posts that align with the ICP, that will attract the right people, but that also get good followers. And so we went into his Instagram, his organic, found posts that performed well, that also aligned with the ICP, and then we also looked and checked to see how many followers they gained. And the ones that gained the most follower per view, we actually extracted them and used them as follower ads that we just run traffic to. So if you see here, for example, I'm going to show you some of the organic ones we selected. This one. Okay, you can see here, we target corporate men, helping them get in shape. So of course that's gonna resonate with them. The guy in a suit and a guy in shape. If you look at his offer, it's literally helping corporate men over 30 get lean, muscular, and energized while looking good in a suit and on the beach. But of course we can't say on the beach. And so if we go back, we'll show you some others. He kind of uses his transformation as a really strong use.
It's all by your side.
So we have another one, really simple. Again, it matches the ICP. You can't just put your most viral reel on and go, yeah, let's run it to those. These actually get highly qualified followers, and I'm going to show you the qualification process we go through it when we run the ads, but you can see they match the ICP. Again, guys, look, he's in formal wear, so it matches. Okay, simple. So those are the organic, non-talking videos we just extrapolated from his Instagram and then used as ads, follower ads, and they're performing really well. Now, let's get into the follower ads that are talking, that follow the script, that we, of course, put more creative spins and quality on them. Of course, we put more creative spins on them and actually provide some value within the content, but I'm gonna show you them. I'm gonna show you first the best performing ad that was in the last batch of ads we did, if you have a look here.
I don't mean to be arrogant, but I do think I have a better physique than James Bond. But I did not always look like that. I used to be that skinny kid who was a hard gainer. Now I have a lean, muscular physique, look pretty good on the beat, but also in the suit. This physique, alongside better energy levels and improved gut health, is what I help world-class men like yourself achieve every single day. So give me a follow, go through my page, and watch your life change.
Simple. So guys, look what we did there, right? Oh dear, let me not mess up the ad. At the beginning,
I don't mean to be arrogant, but I do think I have a better physique than James Bond.
We utilized someone who has an audience. James Bond is one of the most well-known movie stars ever, Daniel Craig. And we went against him. We said, we've got a better physique than him, you know? So this, of course, caught a lot of eyes, got a lot of engagement. People are like, no, you don't. Yes, you do. He's older than you. You know, that's what you want. You want controversy, but not too much. Because people still will see that people will still see you as an expert if you're someone who's able to go, oh, he's got a better physique than James Bond. That's pretty cool. And then you go into the fact of,
but I did not always look like that.
He's reduced the arrogance, right? Shown his actual transformation, so he's shown social proof.
I used to be that skinny kid who was a hard gainer. Now I have a lean, muscular physique. Look pretty good on the beat, but also in the suit. This
And then he's targeted the ICP. On the beach, in the
physique, alongside better energy levels and improved gut health, is what I help world-class men like yourself achieve.
Exactly. Simple, and then CTA, of course. That's one ad. I'm going to show you some from the batch of the new ads that we produced that are extremely high quality.
Forget your excuses. Age means nothing. Robert Downey Jr. transformed himself at 40. But I know that you're not a movie star. You're just a corporate guy who wants to get lean, muscular, and energized in 2025. Listen, I am here to help you. I personally went from this to this, and so did my clients at McKinsey, JP, and Morgan Stanley. And so will you. If you simply give me a follow, go through my page, and you'll learn how to get into shape the easy way in 2025.
So there's a lot of things that you need to notice within this ad that are effective. We know that in the first batch of reels, we played on James Bond, an actor, movie star, and it went exceptionally well. So we said, why not do it again? Who's another great movie star in great shape? Robert Downey Jr. And we did this theme across a lot of the ads that we did. And so number one, we use that as a hook. But number two, you see how we name dropped companies that are corporate companies. Because now, when Facebook's algorithm looks for the ICP, looks for the people to send the ads to, it's going to think people who work for JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, McKinsey, okay? We've shown social proof within there as well. He's shown him his own transformation and also shown other
JP and Morgan Stanley.
And then it's a very simple CTA. And look how he's in environment. He's in the corporate environment, but he also shows his physique, okay? Simple, right? And then I'm going to show you guys one more.
Hugh Jackman's physique is pretty impressive. But what if I told you corporate men like yourself and like me could achieve similar results without spending 2 hours per day in the gym or following any crazy restrictive diets like he did? See, I've helped men in McKinsey, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley get lean, muscular, feel energized. So if you want the same transformation in 2025, drop me a follow, go through my page, and you'll learn how to get into shape in 2025.
Okay. And so the same principles. We have the hook, attaches ourselves to someone who's a popular, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine's physique, well known. He's in the correct environment, he's wearing the corporate wear, okay? He speaks about their pain points, lack of energy levels, etc. without spending time in the gym, too much time in the gym, without having restrictive dieting, okay? And then he's also shown social proof, the companies he's worked with and the people he's helped transform. And then the CTA. These ads, follower ads, are very, very simple. So we're retargeting it, okay? Same principle. Now we've understood what the ads could look like. Again, I showed you how you can leverage your current organic posts by finding posts that fit the ICP, but also do well in terms of a view to follower ratio. You can leverage those. And then you also should have follower ads that speak directly to the ICP, like the ones that I've just showed you. Now we're gonna go into how to run the ad, okay? And so I'm gonna show you a current campaign, and then I'm gonna briefly show you how you would start it from the beginning to the end, okay? And so you have a full masterclass on exactly how to run your ad as an online. It's very simple. So let's say we're gonna go into the follower ads. We're gonna start off. So this is the ad manager. And when you first, let me make myself smaller. When you first come onto it, you have nothing on here, you have no ad accounts, you have nothing. And I'm not gonna teach you how to set up your ad account because that's a completely different video. But let's say you've set up your ad account, you've got no campaigns, no nothing. You need to understand the anatomy of an ad account, and I'm actually gonna make another video on it. But we have the campaign level, the ad set level, and then we have the ad level. And so ads are in ad set, and ad sets are to do with the audience, and then ad sets are in campaigns, and campaigns are to do with the objective of the ads, okay? So let's say we're gonna go on the followers. We're gonna start off at the campaign level. So you can see I've named it follower ads, New York City and LA. Another tip, this is a cheeky tip, right? It's not even a tip, this is a very big strategy. To conquer Rome, you need to snip at Rome's borders. And so sometimes people go, oh, let me just pick a country, right? But it's actually easier and more effective to pick cities that you can pop into essentially and run your ads, okay? So initially we picked New York City and LA. We've now actually changed it to New York City and San Francisco just because LA fires, man, are crazy. People were calling them and they're like, oh, I have a fire, you know, so it's rough, right? We've put an age range, 30 to 60, and this is not actually top 50%, but we've now made it top 10% earners. So I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do this. All of this other stuff, honestly, you just leave it. Just need to set the campaign objective to traffic. As I said, I'm running you through what I've got situated. Now then I'm gonna run you through how you would set it up from scratch. So advantage campaign budget off. Don't wanna go into explaining that, but simply put. And so you can see we have the advantage campaign budget off, okay? And this is the argument of ABO versus CBO. Very, very simple. So if you have advantage budget optimization, ABO. This is when you would allocate $20 to each ad set, which I'm going to show you how to in a second. And then within the ad set, the Facebook algorithm is going to allocate the ad spend to the ads that are performing the best. But with CBO, campaign budget optimization, you could put, for example, $100 on a campaign, which would then mean it would spread the ad budget based on any ad sets that are performing the best. I personally advise you to do ad set budget optimization, and so that's why this is off. And then you can see A/B test, we're not doing an A/B test. Now let's go to the ad set level. You can see, named it again. You just want to name it clearly for yourself to make it easy. Conversion location. So in this case, we can't actually run specific follower ads. So we have to run Instagram profile ads because there's different ones. There's website, app, message, destination, Instagram profile, and cool, okay? And we don't want to go to a website, we don't want to go to an app, we don't want to message them, and we don't want them to call. We want to go to the Instagram profile, we want followers. And so the performance goal will be maximize number of Instagram profile visit. The bid control, I leave it, show more options. Impression is fine and standard delivery type is fine. Now the daily budget, this is completely up to you. Purely based on what you're willing to spend, but the fact is you should be optimizing for around roughly 10 cents to 50 cents per profile visit and $1 to maybe $3 per follower, okay? And so that's the metrics you should be focusing on, which will then allow you to know your budget and how many followers, highly qualified followers you want to gain per day, okay? So we have our daily budget, we have our schedule, the start date, let's just keep it the same. End date, don't set an end date because if you set an end date, it's going to like re-optimize and it may not re-optimize the way it was before. So if it was doing well, it may not do as well as it should be. And so budget scheduling, personally leave this, do this manually. Ad scheduling, I'd leave this as well. Audience controls. So now this is where it gets a bit spicy. And so the fact is, follower ads, the fact is with follower ads, we're running it to a cold audience of some sort, an audience that doesn't know you. But we still want as highly qualified of an audience as possible. How are we gonna do this? First and foremost, you can see, as I spoke about earlier in the video, we have San Francisco and New York. Okay, we've picked these two cities. These are the cities we're going all in on. We also have a minimum age. He's targeting corporate men. And for me, you don't want people under 25 for this specific ICP. But if you were targeting kids, for example, of course, you're not going to put a minimum age of 25. We also want to exclude a custom audience. And in this case, the custom audience you're going to be excluding is retargeting. And in this case, the custom audience you're going to be excluding are followers. And the reason why is because you don't want to run follower ads to your own followers, right? So you want to exclude those, okay? Now, languages, you're gonna have English UK, English US, that's what we personally do. It's completely up to you. If you're Spanish and you're targeting Spanish people, of course, you're probably not gonna pick English UK or US. And then we have the advantage audience. The Facebook algorithm is extremely powerful, so we want to let it do its thing. But we wanna give it guideline, okay, that's the key. We have age, we've given it guidelines for 30 to 50. We have gender, we've given it guidelines for men. We have more detailed targeting, and this is where we put top 10% income zip codes to make sure that our audience is more qualified. And then we save this audience, simple. Then we have our placements. And so initially I was using advantage placements. With advantage placements, we're trying to get followers, right? And advantage placements for the most part just does whatever Facebook thinks is best. But we wanted to make sure that we're not running follower ads on Instagram to Facebook because we don't want Facebook followers, we want Instagram, which is why I've done manual placements and made sure it's only on Instagram and not on Facebook. Scroll down, you can obviously get a bit more specific with the toggles, but I just left them how they were. And so with these options, we just leave them and we go on to the next and we go on to the actual ad level. So now you can see we name our ad. I just name it something correlating to the video. We can see our identity. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram account, and we need to make sure this is adherent to the Instagram account we're running these follower ads. You can see here, no other accounts, and there's a bunch of other pages. Now, with the ad setup, it's interesting because you can use existing posts or you can actually create ads. And there isn't too much of a difference realistically. Existing posts obviously run to existing posts, which means people will be able to see thousands of views, for example, going to one specific post. I usually just prefer to create the ad and download the video raw and just run it as an ad. We can do carousels. I stick to images or videos, and then we have multi-advertiser ads. I leave that ticked. Now we have the ad creative, and this is where we upload the ad creative, and we of course have our ad copy. I've kept it pretty simple in terms of the first line, follow, and that's his username to get in shape in 2025. But I've also added in more long ad copy. So if they're not convinced of this line, they'll be convinced after reading this ad. Optimized text per person, that's already on. I left it enabled. The call to action is to visit his Instagram profile. And then we have the advantage creative with the destination, nothing you can do over there. With tracking, This is where, in this particular situation, because they're follower ads, we've just left the tracking how it is. But when we run retargeting ads, for example, or more technical ads, school ads, this is when we can actually track it specifically so we know the type of leads we're getting, and Facebook can optimize the pixel. And so guys, after you've done this, you're gonna press publish and you successfully run yourself some ads. And so what I'm gonna do is briefly show you, how you would create a brand new ad campaign, but I've now just showed you what our ad campaign looks like. So if you were to make a new ad campaign, you would go on create over here. We're gonna pick traffic, we're gonna press continue. We're gonna do a manual traffic campaign. We're gonna continue. As I said, you do everything here. It's very simple. Everything here you pretty much leave, okay? We leave it as a traffic campaign, we name it the right way, we go into next. As I said, we pick Instagram profile, name it the right way, maximize the number of Instagram profile visits. We can't even change that, so it's fine. We put our budget, we keep scrolling, we leave everything else. We put our locations, New York, San Francisco, as I showed you. We put our minimum age. Advantage audience is where we can make some suggestions, and this is where we used top 10% income, zip codes, genders, ages, etc. And then excluded certain audiences as well, right here. And then we had our placement, okay? And placements, as I said, we did manual placements just on Instagram. And then finally on the ad level, we just fill it in. Change the name, keep the identity the same, keep it as create an ad, single image or video, set up the creative. We're gonna go for a video. We're gonna put a copy here, write some random copy, some descriptions as well. Media, we just upload something. So for example, we would upload a video right here. The video is there, we press next, the video's ready. We can trim it and crop it if we want. We always want to make sure that the stories and the reels, it says original, we need to make it in accordance. And here we can just briefly, slightly copy it, crop it. We go next. I like to remove text improvements, but it's up to you. And then you press, and then now you've got an ad, and then you simply publish. Those are the top funnel follower ads. Now, in a separate video, I'm gonna go into the retargeting ads and how to run school ads and DM ads. And these are the ads that really make you the money and bring you the lead, because the fact is, having followers is good, but followers do not equal cash. And so I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you gained some value from this. And if you want something like this implemented, because I'll be honest, this is technical stuff that we just went through. If you want something like this implemented into your business, book in a call with us or join the free school to gain some more sauce. God bless you. I love you guys all. Have an amazing day.